No, it's when I was listening to you, it's just like, oh my fuck, I just lost like 10% battery life.
Hey, yo.
Oh, come on. First text in the last 3 weeks, and you get it now.
Damn.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going Instagram.
What year are we in right now?
1996.
Yeah.
Six.
Got it. So I have a list here. But usually it's like the film of 1996. But this list is actually called movies that came out the same year and are better than The English Patient.
That
Yeah.
never saw it.
Snack Lunch. Definitely on there. I'd say that was a lot better than The English Patient.
It's not a channel year.
Nope. Fargo.
The movie?
Oh yeah.
96.
The original. Buscemi.
Fuck. Now I'm feeling immersed in 96. Yeah. I wish I knew what year or what minute it came out on VHS.
My grandfather's favorite movie. One of them at least. Always make reference to it.
Oh, don't you know?
Yeah. He'd even say stuff like, "Oh, just throw me in the wood chipper." Like he thought that was the most brutal thing that he's ever. It's funny because he was a kind of a at-home carpenter of sorts.
Right now.
So he probably working with wood your whole life. A wood chipper's probably.
Speaking of which, my grandfather helped us with Drunk Tank.
Yes.
Which we did the wood chipper in.
Yeah. Wow. Full circle already.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
We done.
Oh, actually, I gotta ask you one thing. You remember...
Make it fast.
Remember the show in 1996, Gordy's Home?
Gordy's Home?
Yeah.
Is this cartoon, live action?
No, it was live action with the chimp.
There was a...
Remember the chimp went crazy? Killed everyone but the Asian kid? I didn't kill them, just ripped their faces off.
In a movie?
No, in a show.
Outbreak?
Alright, we're getting
There
on.
was that monkey that, pulled the person's eyes out and everything.
Yeah.
Was that Gordy?
Rip her lips off.
Oh my Pete. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. That was before the kid moved on to being kid sheriff.
Holy. I can't tell if 96 is a slow news day or...
All right, we'll get back on track. Scream, the original Scream.
Oh, that wasn't a direction.
Yeah. Scream Now.
Yeah. Matthew Lillard.
Yeah. And also, The Craft came out in 96. Big year for Nev.
Oh, nice. I just watched this Halloween past.
Before she was a wild thing.
Ugh. Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
That one, the Carmen Electra of TV.
Yeah.
Denise Richards.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just the XYs of Dave Navarro's.
Yeah. I really liked The Craft, though.
Yeah.
I thought that was badass. I never got to check out... They have a series out now.
Yeah.
Kind of remake it.
They use Aeroplane by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We might not seem like we're throwing shade.
Bottle Rocket.
Oh, the Wes Anderson flick.
Yeah.
Flickaroony.
Still on the to-watch list.
Yeah, you've been avoiding that like said plague, no?
Yeah. Train Spotting.
Where?
What do you think of that
with
one?
Ewan?
Yeah.
Of course, Danny Boyle.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Danny Boyle. I love Train Spotting.
Yeah.
I can remember where I was the first time I saw Train Spotting, brother.
I can't remember, but it definitely goes down with the Requiem and Spun and all those
Those are way
cringy
later.
drug films.
Yeah. But hitting you around the same spot.
Yeah. But still had a
Yeah.
little bit of, almost Guy Ritchie-esque in a way. Some of the, just how they go about following the characters and all that.
Yeah. Did you see his new shit's coming out on something?
I didn't.
Netflix or Amazon Prime.
He's got a new show. He's got a show coming out?
No, he's got a movie.
Oh, really?
It's another Statham one, I think.
Okay.
You know, he's not straying too far from what works here. Yeah. He's not going King Arthur on us, I don't think.
The Phantom?
With Zayn?
Yeah. Remember that one?
Oh my god, I think I was sick when that came out. I mean, that movie doesn't give me good vibes.
I had The Ring.
Yeah, he's going around on a horse.
Yeah.
He's
I thought that was the coolest shit.
Yeah. Mask of the Phantasm, that come out the same year. I feel like those kind of cross paths in my brain.
I feel like we talked about that, so it must have been like 93 or 94.
Yeah. Way different. But still a horse in it, no? The Phantom?
Couple horses in Romeo plus Juliet.
DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Is that what he was doing instead?
Yeah.
Nice. Saving Verona one needless death at a time.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually. I didn't think about that. That's the film that kept Leonardo from being in the film we're about to discuss.
One of his flicks will keep him afloat.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
I actually just watched that recently. I love that film.
Which half?
Both.
You do both?
Yeah.
Shit.
Second one first.
Nice.
I love how Cheech plays like 4 different characters in it. Something that I've forgotten. Also, it's always fun seeing clean-faced Danny Trejo.
Truer things never been said, but that man's a superhero.
Yeah.
His book is out there, man. His life is it's intenser than most.
Mission Impossible.
But just asked, did the show Tao of Steve come out that year?
I'm not sure.
Remember Donald Logue?
No.
Yes, you do. That's a weird sound. That came from Studio A, if anyone
Phyllis,
asked.
calm down.
Yeah, and also could have been her. But Donald Logue, he was on Gotham.
That would have made more sense.
Gotham. He was like his brother in arms, his partner.
Oh, yeah, Harvey Bullock.
Yeah, Donald Logue.
Yeah.
That guy, he's got the most amazing Danny Trejo stories of all.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You got to give that a goog one time.
Yeah, I will have to.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
What did you watch it back then?
I saw it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
The first one?
And I was at the perfect age where I remember getting my dad to like pick me up by the back of the shirt and the pants and like lower me down. Like, ding 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 ding.
I mean, the accompaniment of everything. I don't know if it was a few years later, but there was also the game on N64.
Yeah.
And it had so many of the same sort of things. The face swapping, the level dropping down.
Yeah.
I might actually own it.
I remember actually that bothering me a little bit in the theaters. The guy on top of the elevator.
Oh,
And the
Emilio?
spikes. Yeah.
Amelia No.
Yeah, that kind of freaked me out.
Yeah. Speaking of Degrassi, Spike was my favorite. What a babe.
Primal Fear.
Primal feelings of love for Spike from Degrassi. But yeah, Prime Gear.
Primal Gear is definitely better than The English Patient.
Yeah. You'd have to drag me kicking and screaming to that shit, to tell you the truth.
You know, I've been dodging.
I mean, Ralph is fine, but how long is that thing? It's got to be a 2:19, depending on how you run a runtime on it.
Yeah. 2:10 here.
Yeah.
Primal Fear.
Yeah.
Richard Gere. We're here. Yeah. I've been dodging this one for a long time, waiting for the perfect moment to watch it.
Nearly your entire life, you've been putting this guy on the back burner.
It's true. And this is the first time I saw
This is a sly gray fox, this Richard Gere.
And I click on so many articles that are like best of, or like best twists, and it's always comes up Primal Fear, and I skate past it because I don't want to ruin it for myself, because I've always heard that it has such a great twist.
Yeah.
And, such great acting.
Let me tell you what happened last week on Yellow Jackets.
Let's do. How'd you know I didn't watch it? God damn it. Love that show.
Yeah. Interjection. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you.
No.
I was just kidding around. But that was a hard check.
You think you're better than me?
Sorry.
So when was the first time you watched this film?
The weekend it was released on VHS, which could possibly not have been in 96. You know, because back then it was a year, it was forever it took. Being young when time was slow, plus I think it was actually a long time. Like, I think it took over a year for Face Off to come on VHS. And that was close.
It did take a lot longer back in the 90s, for sure.
Yeah, it was a real long time.
Yeah.
And definitely to buy it. Sometimes buying it was later.
Yeah.
Like, I think you could rent Face Off before you could buy it.
And then when you were renting movies, if the movie was old, you could get it for like 7 nights. But the brand new ones would be like one-nighters.
Yeah.
So I remember that being like, an experience, going down and getting the film. Like, gotta go home, gotta watch it. If you're ambitious, you gotta watch it the next morning before you take it back.
Yeah, sometimes because you'd rent 2 new releases.
Yeah.
So you'd have to watch one Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you wouldn't get it on Friday. You'd get it on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then you'd watch the other one on Sunday afternoon. And then you'd have to return it at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
At the latest, probably.
Yeah.
Or facing heavy fees.
You couldn't work out a deal either, because, if you were buying 3 films or renting them, like one of them you'd have to bring back in 2 days while you still have another 2 for another 5 days or something like that.
One of them phantom trips where you go to the store and leave with nothing.
Yeah. Just slip them in the little checkout drop box.
Yeah. Maybe grab a slice of licorice.
Yeah. Or Video Difference in Bedford always had the popcorn machine.
Oh, yeah. Jumbo Video.
Yeah. So you'd go...
Clayton Park.
Yeah. Classic.
Oh, my God.
Classic.
Jesus Christ. I just got reunited with a really weird game from my childhood that I remember picking out at Jumbo Video.
Yeah.
To some of that said corn.
Yeah. I remember being a piece of shit teenager. We just go into Video Difference just for the bag of popcorn. Yeah. We just walk around looking at movies, eat the popcorn, and just leave.
Yeah, speaking of licorice, though, remember that time that Jagoff told me, like, one piece of licorice was, like, $2? And I whipped him twice back and forth and challenged him to a duel.
Licorice duel.
Yeah. Maybe just put it back, but what was that guy thinking?
Bastard.
It's like, what a sucker. This was like 3 years ago, too.
Uh-huh.
But that grape licorice, you ever have grape licorice? That's what it was. That was what the allure was. That's why I wanted it. Then you put that, like, might as well said it was $100,000. $2 for one piece of licorice.
Grape licorice? Worth every bit of that $2. I would have paid $3.
Come over this table, you bastard.
I would have paid $3. All right, what's your first note?
I don't know. I thought there was more from 96.
There is.
Yeah.
You really want to talk about Matilda, don't you?
I was hoping it would,
Oh,
Danny out.
can we, how about we settle on James and the Giant Peach?
Oh, you know what? I really did like James and the Giant Peach.
I actually really want to watch it again.
Yeah. It's short.
But I loved it as a kid.
Like, I remember thinking it was short when I was young. Like, it just ended.
But that was one of the movies that I'd watch over and over.
Yeah, I really wanted to see Iron Giant or, like, one of those
Yeah.
cartoons as well.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Too long.
James and the Giant Peach I saw in theaters.
Yeah. Is it It's Tim Burton.
Oh, yeah.
E.
Yeah.
Is it Tim Burton?
Yeah. It's Tim Burton.
I didn't know if it was just when... Because there was a couple...
Knockoffs.
Copy Berts. Work on that.
Now he's never going to want to come on the cast.
Oh, yeah. Expert.
You got a note number 1?
Yeah. It says, you do your job and I do mine, yada yada.
There was some yada yadas in there.
I just wanted to get that out of the way. Burn you fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it starts with just some talking over some credits. I don't know.
Yeah. Telling the story.
Yeah. Keep saying Naomi a couple of times.
Yeah. You want justice? Go to... I like that. From now on, if your mother says she loves you, get a second opinion. And...
snarky in this one.
If you want justice, go to a whorehouse. If you want to get fucked, go to a courtroom. And these are like things that his prof taught him in law school.
Yeah. Is he saying that to Fraser's dad?
No, he's saying it to the little journalist guy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny, they're talking. My first note is the illusion of truth. Because that's what he was talking about when he's talking to the journalist.
Right.
And it was funny to hear someone like so cutthroat, so real about, I don't care if they're innocent. That's not what it's not on me if they're innocent or guilty. That's my job, is to make them look innocent at all costs.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the illusion of truth. And I go to write it down. And at the exact same time, the journalist goes down and starts writing a note. Jinxed him.
Yeah. Fucking Ghost of the Past syncing up.
Then it goes, opening credits. You see young choir boy.
Pretty young...
Edward Norton.
A pretty young...
Eddie is what they called him.
Aaron.
Oh, yeah, Aaron.
Oh, when he was young.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little pissy boy.
You know what's crazy? How old do you think he was in that film?
He couldn't have been more than 33, 34.
Yeah, like, he was 27 years old.
Oh.
You look at it, he looks like he's a kid.
Yeah, pretty young.
Like, I didn't even put it in perspective that it's only 3 years before Fight Club.
I'll tell your ass one thing, though.
2 years before American History.
Yeah, but teenagers always played by adults back then. It was an illusion.
Fuck Hulk, he should have been playing Spider-Man.
You're telling me.
Would have gave Toby a run for his money.
Yeah. He could have.
I would have bought it.
I mean, I'm sure there was discussions. I mean, you kidding me? Discussions.
He's like, no, I'm more of a David Banner kind of guy.
Yeah, we're gonna get Hulk off the ground.
Yeah. And he did. It's like the first movie of the MCU.
Blade, wouldn't it? Yeah. Blade. Yeah. Got it beat by a county
mile.
We've
already talked about this, but like, that was just added. But I think Edward Norton's Hulk is the first film that actually had the MCU in mind. Could be wrong. Maybe it was Iron Man, but that was like right before. Because I know they consider it MCU.
Yeah, sold a lot of peas to that Green Giant.
Yeah. They go to this kind of black suit and tie event.
Snazzy.
Very Eyes Wide Shut like.
Oh.
Got the Bishop there.
Ah.
You got Fraser's dad.
Yeah.
You got that fucking bitch from Ozark. Fuck, I hate her.
Young, but still is rigid.
I can't believe that show made me hate someone that much that it ruins characters and everything, because I immediately got pissed off.
You can't convince me your arms bend, man.
And then she goes off and she's smoking at the bar. And they're like, you can't smoke here.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I hear her voice, I was just like, ah, I hate her.
Laura Linney.
Wendy, I hate you.
If you don't want to look her up, that's Laura Linney he's talking about.
But yeah, probably one of her first films.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Where Richard Gere was in his prime. This is
fucking right.
Oh yeah. And this is definitely his best film in my eyes.
Out of everything you've seen?
I think so.
Hold up. There's got a... What's some other Richard Gere's? Mercury Rising?
You're more of a Runaway Bride kind of guy?
Anything he does with Julie...
Julie Roberts.
Save me, Bobby.
Eric's sister.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the breadwinner of the whole family.
I'd say Emma is now.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Generational wealth. Yeah. Nepo babies. All kinds of other mean things to say about celebrities with lineage in the film business.
What else do you like of Kevin Costner?
Waterworld. JK. Mr. Brooks. Kinda.
Oh, dumbass. Richard Gere, I mean, dumbass.
Did you say Kevin Costner?
I did, for some reason.
Look who's paying attention. I mean, I knew I didn't have nothing queued up, but I didn't know why. Richard Gere, he was in The Jackal.
Jackal was good.
Jackal is cool, right?
Was he in Mothman Prophecies?
I loved fucking Mothman Prophecies.
It was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of his like slower burns, but man, was I invested in the
It's the last
Prophecy.
film. It's the last film that I remember watching with Richard Gere, I feel.
Yeah, well, your feels...
I feel like he was almost down and out. Like he wasn't in anything for a couple years, and then he did Mothman Prophecies.
He has been out of the gig for a bit. I don't think he does a whole heck of a lot. I wish I would have looked up a little more. Hold on, Pretty Woman.
Yeah, boy, do I hate her.
Julia?
Yeah.
Just in everything?
If we didn't have wardrobe that the producers made us wear, I'd be wearing a shirt with her face on it with the eyes cut out. So I'd be showing a nip.
Oh, that's a Julie thing. Mr. Holland Opus.
Did you find something there?
Yeah, so...
Phoned a friend?
Yeah, I did. I phoned a friend.
Bob Sacamano?
So, he did a movie with Terrence Malick. Chickened out there. Stood right at the end of the fucking diving board. Made it worse. Gave myself vertigo and I need a scopolamine patch. So, Days of Heaven, you ever see that bad boy?
Did not.
Okay. American Gigolo?
No.
The musical Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Zeta Jones.
Richard Gere's in that, isn't he?
Yeah, it's probably not going to win over Primal Fear.
Maybe that's what ruined his career.
An Officer and a Gentleman. That's his first Academy Award nom. Navy officer.
No.
Riggers, military training, relationships. Any of this do nothing for you?
No.
Cool, me neither. Yeah, I'll say Primal Fear of the Jackals in my top 2 favorites.
Yeah, the Jackal's good.
I wouldn't rule out a third being in there, but I can't think of anything too hot off the top of my head there.
Yeah. Gotta go with Mothman.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah.
Got you again.
Yeah. Got my heart racing on that. Love the Mothman. I wish it was real. I wish he'd come live in my closet. If I got all my clothes. Like I'm a R. Kelly's ex.
Richard's giving Laura Linney the gears.
Give him the gears.
Saying there must be a parking lot they can sneak off to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Judging this character, I'm pretty sure this is how George ended up with a condom in his car.
Yeah. It's like fucking George is teaching him how to bat.
Yeah.
That kind of strikeout he's going. I don't know what the Blue Jays call missing, but...
Down and out.
Yeah.
But then it cuts to the bishop saying his little speech. And then it
might be called a sermon or something more technical, but...
No, it was a speech because they were there. It was like a thank you speech for everyone being there. Because it was like a party for him.
Drew Marcy, huh? Cool, yeah. Cool.
And then it follows him back to his quarters.
His hindquarters.
Where he's walking around and goes to put his rings on. Because that's what you do before you go to bed. And...
then you get a look at his name tag.
Hope those hands were insured. They definitely called Savini for that one.
Yeah. Were they imported or exported?
That was brutal.
And Vandelay Industries comes to a close. The good judge. Did you know that?
What?
He's the judge from...
In the final episode? Oh, yeah? It's funny. I knew you looked familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. He calls the final verdict.
I didn't want to draw so much attention, but, you know.
That's hilarious.
I thought you would catch wind.
So this unknown person...
Unsub.
Takes the final verdict on Bishop there. Carves him up like a turkey, pokes out his eyes.
So, yeah, it was pretty vicious.
Oh, yeah.
But what I thought was funny is it goes to that bystander, the witness or whatever, and just the way the windows are smashing out. Like, it goes like, psh, psh. But it just, there's just something kind of weird about it. The whole damn piece of metal is bending out and everything.
Like they overdid it.
Yeah, they did a number on it.
Yeah.
But
that was the 90s,
all
baby.
the pieces matter, man.
That was the 90s. I'm surprised some flames didn't come out. And then we go to Richard Gere's
It's
Italian
Marty
friend.
Vale.
Yeah. He's a bit of a mimbo.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, if he was an astronaut, he's cashing in on Tang, baby.
Yeah. And this is when you find out that, Richard Gere's a bit of a dirty defendant. Hangs out with a rough crowd.
Well, if you ever saw this dude, you would have a preconceived notion.
Why's that?
You ever see him at the buffet?
He's a bit of a buffet.
You know, he's there, Scarface. We had to tell him the fucking ocean was running shrimp one time, this guy. Filling his mouth.
Yeah. And then here comes Eddie. Young Eddie. Or what's his name in it? Andy?
Aaron?
In the film, Aaron.
But there was Scarface's brother.
Well, not his brother.
From
his friend.
From another movie.
Yeah. The one that starts banging his sister.
Is it Buddy though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
From
close.
the very beginning, though.
He's closer than brother.
Does the tongue
He
thing.
shares a bloodline.
You look like some kind of lizard, man.
Yeah, his best bud.
He goes over to the kid.
Look,
You want to see someone get slapped in the face?
Yeah. Trust me, I saw Scarface. He does flower the whole movie.
I saw Scarface hundreds of times. Trust me.
Thousands.
Yeah, thousands.
La cucaracha. But yeah, there's the criminal element. He's out there defending mafiosos.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Carlito's wave rejects.
Yeah, trying to strike a deal between Fraser's dad.
Yeah.
And the mob.
Young Shaughnessy.
Couple mil. Middleman of a couple mil.
Well, there's always real estate involved. They say it's a great investment.
Yeah. And then we get young Aaron.
Yeah.
Running. Covered in blood.
Oh, yeah. He's afoot.
Like 30 cops behind him.
It's the entire fleet. On the feet.
I couldn't help but think that, he's lucky he's white. I don't think he would have made it as far. But they let him run a couple football fields before they found him.
Yeah. Full fetal.
And, none of these guys could catch the choir boy. This is one of the things that really pissed me off in films.
Slippery bastard.
Like, did he start before the coach yelled go or what?
He's a cheater.
He had a big distance on him. No one was catching him.
You're right, Lois. You're right.
Yeah. Lois Lone. One of my notes says, I gotta get this job.
He looked alarmed. He was like, go to jail. It's not Monopoly, dog.
I gotta get this job.
That's Richard Gere. He was looking it up on the 96, whatever you use, but get a page or I don't know how, but yeah, I saw that this went down.
Yeah, he wants to take on the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get on this.
Yeah, he's like, this guy looks innocent as fuck.
This is gonna make me look great.
Yeah. This little whimperoony didn't do it.
Yeah. And, it shows that, he's not in it for the money. Yeah. He's in it for something totally different. Because he goes pro bono.
But he thought maybe somebody was in it for the money for the murder.
Yeah. I guess so.
He did have a red herring there to follow.
Yeah.
Because of his mafioso ties.
Yeah, exactly.
He did have a little bit of a preconceived idea of maybe, where this was going.
Yeah, because of the...
How far it runs up the chain.
Yeah, because of the foundations.
Yeah.
I don't know if that came up yet, though. But he goes in and he meets Aaron.
Yeah.
Find out Aaron's from Kansas.
Was he?
Yeah.
Such a nice boy.
Well, Kentucky. That's the same thing. Interesting. They said, And then I just lose time. That's when I lost time.
Yeah.
Yeah, something we can relate to. We lose time all the time.
Well, I was going to say that only a dope like Aaron loses time, but all right. You got me. Busted. I've lost time several of times.
A bit of a stuttering Stanley.
Sure. If you're into alliteration, which I'm not. Fuck off. Continue.
Fuck off. Follow through with what you're...
Yeah. Hit me with a third.
Forever.
Cinco my Titanico there.
They were chasing him with boomsticks and everything. Yeah. Talk about dangerous lives of an altar boy. Seems like a very innocent boy. Or else he'd like you to believe that.
Ocho.
19. Ran away from home. Found the church.
Well, he did go there on a mission.
Bishop was a father.
Yeah.
Already had a
They were
girlfriend.
on great terms.
Already had a girlfriend.
Linda.
Forbes. Did they meet at the church?
Oh, did they? Sat in each other's pew.
Yeah. And then, so he said, so they, relationship is in effect.
Budding in a foot.
Yeah. And then you get to meet his team. Richard Gere goes back to the office, where you meet Mother from Liar Liar.
That Maura Tierney?
Yeah.
Nice. She was on news radio. Yeah. She was in The Affair with McNulty.
Yeah.
I didn't finish that, but, it was a decent show for, what was going on.
They have a funny scene about the word allegedly. but he doesn't know how to use it right.
Yeah.
They have a little call back to that later. It's funny to a movie like this, they sprinkled a little comedy in there.
Yeah, you didn't watch any Brooklyn Nine-Nine or anything?
No.
Andre Brower, his buddy there?
Can't say I have.
Well, he's a big deal in the present day.
What was he doing in 96? Andy
Samberg was just a glimmer in his New York parents' eyes.
Yeah, you get a bit more of bitch face. Wendy there. And this is when the first time that I hear anyone use his name, and his name was probably used already.
Guys are so sick.
Hearing Laura Linney say Marty was just like, what the fuck?
That was like in that motherfucking shit called Ozarks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I hate her from. And now I gotta hear her say Marty the whole time.
She's an industrious person. She's she's in the politics.
She ruins everything. She ruins everything.
Skylar's the limit with her.
Oh my fuck. Terrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's even bad.
Just let you ruminate on it a little.
Oh man.
You can use room tone in your brooding. Seething anger. At least her brother didn't suck.
And then so he's all in. He's in it for the game. He's not in it for the fortune.
Larry David has the same way of detecting lies as he does. You might have saw that before, where he'll just look at someone and do that. Okay.
I'll get it out of you. But it's funny that he has that scene with Aaron, and he's saying,
"Don't be afraid to say his name, buddy."
That face. That face. Do that face. Yeah, you got to look as innocent as possible. Like, he's not saying, he's not implying that he is innocent at this point. He's just saying, you got to look innocent.
Yeah.
That smile. Stop smiling. And he does that
I know, he's like a baby.
Yeah. No, he's such a baby.
Yeah.
I can't believe this guy's 27. Yeah. Like, must have did some growing in 3 years. No. I guess even American history, 2 years later, he looks so different.
They got tricks. He shaves twice that day.
3 times.
A lady.
He's baby smooth.
Yeah, for Linda.
Yeah, telling him he's ahead of the game.
And the game
he's
is
already
afoot.
ahead of the game, yeah. And then Frances McDormand. Margie comes in.
Yeah.
Margie comes into play.
Oh my God. Her stacks that year?
Big year for her.
I mean, that's more money than involved in Fargo and this one combined.
I know.
And that's a bill 6 plus whatever's in the box.
Yeah. And she plays the what's her occupation?
She's she says it on the stand later. A neuro something. I don't know. She's not dealt with this type of case a ton of times in her career. And anyway, she's equipped enough to go in and psychoanalyze. Yeah. I mean, you put us both on the spot there. We can't come up with the, she's a jail therapist. What do you want to say? She puts eggs, she puts the cream corn together, and she slops it on the table. These guys are prisoners. What do you want?
Having a little intervention for young Andy. I'm gonna fuck up his name the whole time. Aaron.
Yeah, just think of it like earth, wind, fire.
Aaron. Yeah, that's when you got the yada yadas.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Margie there. And yeah, then it just really boils down to a good old courtroom drama.
I know. Yeah. And I mean...
You can't handle the truth. Working on my Jack Nicholson.
Nice. But dolly shots? I mean, galore, right? Yeah. That's the production value in this is a good dolly shot. A little bit of motion, a little bit of a counter or a table or some kind of flat surface with legs in the foreground to move a little to the left. I mean, goes a long way.
Yep.
And adds a couple hours to everyday shooting, doesn't it?
Yeah. Tracks for days.
You know it.
You
can focus pull on this.
Did you notice who was kind of doing the he had the golf club and he was pointing at where he was pointing at the map.
Was it Dan?
Yeah, he was saying that there's they were talking about if there was a third spitter or not.
Was it Dan?
It was the high talker, Dan.
Thought you might have spotted her in there.
Oh yeah. Who?
No, he just sounds exactly like his wife.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. And he sounds like Nana.
Oh yes.
You told my Nana to drop dead?
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. Classic.
Dana.
Yeah. Speaking of sitcoms,
that's what I'm doing.
Lots of laugh tracks, but also lots of gasp tracks. And this movie was gaspful.
Tracular.
Yeah. There was like almost every time that someone said something in the court, everyone
yeah, it's pin drop moments.
Yeah. But it was like one after the other.
AD's got to tell everyone to shush for a second there and really capture that air and
and he's just looking so dopey.
He's a sweet boy.
He's in a daze.
He's a sweet, sensitive boy. And he couldn't have done this.
But what's the first way that fucking bitch face dupes him in court?
Pre-cassette?
Yeah.
Tell me now.
Can't remember.
Oh, this was a legitimate question.
The book.
Oh, yes, of course.
The underlining in the book.
Yeah. And then Gear's got to straight up ask him.
Yeah. Getting pissed off with him.
Yeah, you did this, right?
Yeah.
Like, And he musta.
Which shows that he's getting a little close to this guy.
Mm-hmm. And that the police suck at gathering evidence.
Yeah, I don't think that he would have, treated every case like this. Or every, what would you call him? He's the defendant, but the accused.
Sure.
I don't think he gets this emotional with all his clients.
No.
But he's more and more thinking that this kid is innocent.
But
so he starts getting pissed off at him.
But it's not unfounded, because he's got this kind of the other mafia sort of stuff brewing in his... Like, he's looking into that. He's asking questions over there about the money.
Yeah.
So, he's like... there might be a third guy around, no?
Yeah. And there's, because of the history of Laura Linney's character and Richard Gere's character, there's that whole...
You're Cronenberging her.
There's that whole thing. And you want to be my latex salesman.
Crimes of the future is what I was trying to say. Cronenberging.
But there's that whole tension because she's the prosecutor and he's the defendant.
Yeah. And,
she's kind of taking her personal vendetta out in the courtroom against him. Like, the stakes are high.
You keep your personal life and your professional life separate.
Yeah, he doesn't want her to win. He doesn't want her to beat him.
No kidding.
And she really wants to, give him that little jab.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, very interesting because it goes to show how little passion they would really put into their job. They really, like, on a certain level, they don't give a fuck about this. They just want to get at each other.
Mm.
They're totally thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
In a certain aspect, in a certain degree.
Yeah. And you're right. It causes a great ebb and flow in story.
Yeah.
And a nice status battle underneath.
Yeah. And you always, hear about these lawyers being very, they got to be objective. But almost being like, so of another mind.
You got to put on the blinders and really.
And this film, more than most, liar, liar, maybe. But you really get to see, like, the inside of it. How shitty these people can be, or just, how unsympathetic they can be in certain situations.
Guffin swine.
Yeah. But slowly Richard Gere starts taking a liking more and more to young Aaron.
Yeah. Can't get him off his mind.
Yeah, he's got to fit him for a suit.
Yeah. You're about a 38, ain't you?
Yeah. I bet he's a 34, but he scratches it off, puts a 32.
Don't be coy, young Aaron.
Don't be coy, Roy. Speaking of which, who is Roy?
You little girly boy. I'll tell you who Roy is. Damn. Here, I didn't introduce myself. Sorry. Sorry, that little bitch boy Aaron barely let me out.
Yeah. There's that little glimpse of Roy in the scene with Frances McDermott.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of getting verdicts, he's about to get one out of her.
But then...
this boy's of two minds.
He goes full Roy on Richard Gere. And, amazing. Really fucking amazing how he can flip back and forth like that.
Yeah.
And...
it's just like the old...
I watched the one special feature just talking about how they found Edward Norton and just the whole casting process in general.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we got the tidbit of they were trying to get Leonardo DiCaprio, but I guess he was doing Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Titanic failure.
But that's the scene. that they're casting people, because in the auditions they had to see that
change.
You had to do that range. You had to be able to do that drop of a dime. Fuck, that sounded nice.
Yeah, you had to look bad in one light and good in another.
Yeah. And man, did he do it. Like, I tried to think of other movies where someone would have had to do that kind of thing. Like, almost like Willem Dafoe with the Green Goblin.
Yeah, and 8 Ace Ventura type movies with Jim Carrey.
And so believable. And I love, like, he's even making fun of Aaron. Like, where's Aaron? He's probably crying in a corner right now.
Yeah.
He scared him. You ever talk like him at the kennel? I'll kick your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, and that dude Jarvis. Fuck, I don't know. Winning confident call him that, but that dude from Gotham must have had a similar audition, no?
For what?
You know, Joker. That man who hates Batman. You know, one of the Joker-style dudes in the TV show Gotham had to be able to look one way and then another. Aaron style, Primal Fear.
Yeah. Yeah, the first scene when he comes in, he's crying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he blew me away. I forget his name. From Shameless. He blew me away as Joker.
Or maybe it's not the same dude, but he's got to look down and then look up.
Yeah.
Be a different person.
Yeah.
Probably in an interrogation scenario.
Yeah. He's talking about
the same guy.
He's talking about the his mother got killed.
Yeah.
And then he fesses up to her.
Oh yeah. Says all kinds of disturbed lyrics about her.
Yeah. Might have jumped the gun a little bit, because there's the guy. What's the allegedly guy, his little sidekick there? We get a name for him?
The guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine is like the guy who goes on the chase with.
Yeah. That he goes to Aaron's apartment. And the guy's in the apartment.
Mm-hmm. Was that in... Yeah, was Aaron's apartment getting ransacked there?
Yeah, rips his earring out. They go to find him.
Yeah.
And they see him. He's bumming in the streets, and he's got the little Band-Aid on his ear.
Yeah.
And then they chase him down.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice little pull-up scenario. That was kind of a little bit weird, because he's right by Richard Gere's car.
Yeah.
In one shot.
Yeah.
And then it's the other dude around him in another shot. So it's like, I'm not sure if they meant to put him that close in that shot, but he is kind of saying, like, over here, but it's right in front of the guy.
Yeah.
So it's like that whole blocking had me like semi-perplexed.
Geography was off.
Mm-hmm. But this is like something out of the French Connection here, this little race through the streets.
Let's get him.
Yeah.
But then they go to the craziest level of the movie. This homeless arena.
Mm-hmm. And they're just picking up tarps, looking under.
That was a spooky spot.
You got to put on thick gloves if you're going to be doing this kind of search. But
yeah. And they find young Alex.
Oh my God! You ever see such a tooth pulling as this interrogation? This little shakedown of information. How many times this guy try and run off?
I know. I know. The little runoffs. Yeah, I know.
It's like 5, 6 of them in there. It's padding.
Yeah. I forget what I recognized him from.
A lot of these people double side gigged with things like Homicide, Life on the Streets, which I didn't watch too much growing up. But as far as I know, he's just little radscallion that just slippery.
Yeah.
It's like my
altar boy went astray.
Yeah. This chase scene is the action of the movie. you're strapping in, looking for an action fest. Like, I don't know what minute of 210 we're in, but god damn. If you need a feast for your eyes, this 10-minute sojourn through the rugged city's
Gotham.
deepest skid rows.
Yeah. Oh, it's Skid Row for sure.
Look no further, my friends.
Yep.
This is what we go to see Primal Fear for.
Yeah.
This kind of.
And then they find the tape.
This session's Cheever letter.
The sessions.
People have different types of sessions, I've heard.
Mm.
But we have sessions that revolve around Cheever letters or papers from time to time.
So tell us what was on the videotape.
Oh, there's just started with a lovely sermon given to us by Mr. Vandelay, Judge Vandelay. And I mean, once he does a little amen or however them folks do it, there's a brief commercial break, and then it jumps right to a brilliant home movie dictated. The bishop himself is usually what you do in church is optional, but he's giving a lot of very strict instructions. And it's young John Cedar and Linda, who unfortunately we haven't seen very much up until this point.
Yeah.
And young Aaron, young old Ed Norton, Aaron, Eddie, Andy.
Roy.
I mean, a lot of movies had nudity back in 96. I'm not trying to say anything about it, but there's like, this is the part where you're going to have to cover your kid's eyes, because there's an embroiling, an entanglement of some sort here. I didn't know it could be done. You think it was two roommates, some kind of switcheroo? I don't know. Yeah. You know, tell me your feelings on it. Did it move?
Oh, no. Speaking of switch ups, you know, they go and they start switching up the labels on the VHSs.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know why.
That's the part I didn't believe.
Yeah.
Like, that's the leap I gotta make, is he gets that label off perfectly fine.
Yeah.
No tearing.
And why is he gotta change it anyways? If he's gonna take it to court and make copies and send it to people and all this kind of stuff.
I don't know. I guess if they got people back in the department,
like
where's Waldoing the photos with real life?
Not trying to sneak it back in.
Yeah.
Before the bishop finds it.
I know.
He's dead.
He's gonna find himself later on a bench with a clock.
And in probably the most left field move a defendant could do is give the VHS to the prosecutor. Says, you bring this in. You use it as evidence.
Yeah, I mean, if they're all working together, right? They going above and beyond.
Yeah.
First off with the chase, and then is from his buddy. He's like, I used to be a cop.
Oh yeah.
He had to address that he used to be a cop here. Yeah. But yeah, he's doing all kinds of untoward shit. Underhanded moves. Seems like Richard Gere will go to any length to win this trial.
Yeah.
But yeah, they watch it in a room full of people. They end up giving it to the prosecution.
Yeah, it's used in court. And then next person to be brought up is
allegedly
Fraser's dad.
Oh. Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
A man who stands to gain a lot. Or lose a lot.
Yeah. And, this is when the whole mafia tide gets brought back into it.
Yeah.
because the mafia guy was actually going to testify against Shaughnessy in this circumstance.
Yeah, that's Tony Plana.
Yeah.
Um,
And he got whacked.
yeah. He was the main character in this game, Grim Fandango.
Oh, yeah?
It's like a LucasArts one kind of thing. Where you're the Grim Reaper, or you're a dead guy.
Yeah.
He's a skeleton, and you're selling rides to the afterlife. So if you were really good in life, you could get a fast one, and like the worst one is a walking stick. It just takes way longer.
That's funny.
That's all I really know him from.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a good connection. There was another, I think I meant to say, video game. I said I played a video game of something earlier, but I meant to say something else about it besides that. Diatribe. I'm sorry.
No.
Live and lose and regret and seize.
No, it's... When I was listening to you, it's just like, oh my fuck, I just lost like 10% battery life. You got anything on Michael O'Donnell?
Who dat?
Do you have anything on Michael O'Donnell?
Is that a guy?
Yeah, so Fraser's dad is still up there. And Richard Gere looks into the crowd and sees this blonde guy that kind of stands out. And I thought it was... They played it off so well because they made it so subtle. They didn't bring this guy up and he said anything. But Richard Gere's talking about in June of 1985... Fraser's dad actually helped the bishop get off
Allegations?
bad choice of words there.
Spotlight shit?
But helped him avoid getting allegations, or was it the
Levied against him somehow? Swept some shit under the rug?
what does he do? He's I'm trying to use the terminology, but yeah, basically. Sweeps something under the rug for the bishop, and it just keeps flashing to this one person in the crowd. Richard Gere's kind of looking at him, goes over, and he's like holding the railing right in front of him, trying to, draw Fraser's dad's attention to the guy in the crowd. But they do it so subtly. It's actually beautiful how they do it. And they're saying, oh yeah, you don't remember this? Because I have this file that says you spent like 2 weeks with this kid talking about in like great detail what happened.
Right.
Yeah, and I thought that was really well done. One of the best parts of the whole courtroom drama portion of this film.
Keep your eye out at the 120 mark.
Yeah. And
Timestamps in the description.
this is when
Not.
they bring up Aaron. Like there actually is quite a few people they bring up. They bring up every character to the stand. Yeah, Richard Gere's getting in a lot of trouble with the judge. Yeah,
Getting get
which
held
is
in contempt.
half drunk. She keeps going back and drinking whiskey.
Slugging away, eh?
Yeah. And then after, she's just like, I'm going to go pick up my kids.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's the 90s.
Yeah. No one's going to pull over a judge.
Yeah. Not when OJ's out there.
Anyways.
Just normed me hard on that.
I don't see the correlation. So the final person to be brought up to the stand is Aaron. Aaron himself.
Looking like Rob himself.
Yeah, once again, Richard Gere knows exactly how this is all going to play out.
Yeah.
So he goes up to him and he's like, stop acting like a baby, you little pussy. Something like that. And then just keeps talking to him.
I know, it's funny. He's like, Aaron?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's
Roy?
funny, Richard
Aaron?
Gere does a great job of playing the game. Like, even when he's fucking with Frasier's dad, he has a couple really, like, how much money did you put into this? And, like, he's really fucking with him. You can just tell he's good at his job. How much money? Like, he's just straight fucking with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even, by the end of it, it comes out that, he knew exactly what Laura Linney was going to play. Just roped her right into it.
Yeah, didn't seem super surprised.
Because then she comes up to talk to Aaron.
Starts hassling him.
And,
rubbing him the wrong way.
you see it.
Pushes his part to the other side.
Yeah, you start seeing the build-up.
Steam's building.
Some close-ups of his hands.
Yeah.
Could be a hand model.
Unlike the good bishop.
But, I hate her so much that you had me siding with Roy. Like, hit her again. Hit her again.
Kill her.
Almost like that Chris Rock joke.
Yeah. You're like Minority reporting her out of Ozark.
So what happens after that?
After the big courtroom drama.
Roy kicking a fuss.
Yeah. Leaping Larry himself.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had that one.
That was good.
Yeah.
I used that one at work the other day.
Nice. Leaping Larry himself. He jumps over.
My dad was actually hobbling around. He fucked up his leg. He actually just healed up. It was like 2 or 3 weeks that his knee was like black.
Oh, no way.
He just banged it into a table or something.
Oh, yeah.
So we're calling him Leaping Larry.
The whole thing with the shit.
Yeah.
The whole kneecap fell off.
Yeah. Say hi to Mikey.
Qatar.
Yes, Simbar. Alright, let's go on with...
Named after one of my favorite soccer teams, your dad.
Previously planned programming.
Yeah. Is that what you call his defense strategy?
So he has him and they have a debrief after the big uproar.
Yeah.
With the judge. Got to get another whiskey into her.
Right.
Laura Linney and Richard Gere.
Get left alone.
And even she pours 3 glasses. And Richard, he's like, no. I'm not going to have mine. And then she takes that one and pours it into hers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
God damn.
Double.
Yeah.
But then he tries
and everyone has such a problem with Laura Linney smoking.
Yeah, you can't do it in here.
It sounded like I was on her side there. Why is that bitch trying to smoke everywhere? Take it outside, would you?
She can't even get it lit her own self.
Yeah, I know. Like, what are you trying to...
It's called a callback. Right in the beginning, he's saying...
What are you trying to tell the female audience about that?
Let's go somewhere we can smoke.
What's the symbolism there?
It's just 96 courtroom shit, man. You go look at the firm, the exact same scenarios.
Yeah. So this is when she's like, you knew everything all along. You played me. This went exactly how, you were the the puppet master during this whole court session.
Yeah. Who's the antagonist here?
Roy. No, the bishop.
Richard Gere, Laura Linney. You hate them all.
The true antagonist got killed at the start, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So, and this is classic. Okay, so we're getting to the twist. The fucking the reputation is well perceived on this twist.
We'll find out if it's a pinch or a knuckle.
Yeah. Counterclockwise twirl. Goes and he's talking to...
Oh, well, anyway, just before, when he's still hanging with Linny there.
Yeah.
Like, that's problematic, right? You just can't walk up to someone and do that anymore, is it? That's a 96. And that might have been stopping in 96. That kind of workplace get behind. Touchdown.
Of what, sorry?
When he's like trying to get back on Laura Linney.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he does multiple times.
Yeah.
In the restaurant, he's like, why don't we come back here?
Yeah. Like he's not his boss. Like he acts like the boss, I think. That's why the dynamic is weird like that. But, I mean, you know, it's kind of a workplace, a courtroom, right? Yeah. A monkey circus.
Yeah. And, he's the ringmaster.
Yeah, of course. He's brilliant. The guy we're following is the man. He's
got it all figured out, doesn't he?
He's on top of the fucking world. Nothing will bring him down now.
So who does he go visit?
Hannibal Lecter.
His old
the
buddy.
Sequel bait.
Yeah. His son. Aaron Lecter.
Clockwise twist.
Yeah.
Lost time again.
What do you do?
Hot Pete, you know what I mean?
You do?
You know, you can shrug it off best you can, but if you're losing time, you're losing time.
You think this movie had copycats? After this movie came out, people were like, lost time. Being like, I'm Adam. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
My name's Adam.
I mean, it does beg the question of his upbringing. What drove him to this type of defense strategy. And also the happenstance of having Richard Gere come and help him out.
Yeah.
You know, what was his plan B in all of this? Like, he struck this together in no time.
Yeah.
That's Matt Damon level shit.
Yeah. Must have...
The talent did good and...
Learned it during Rounders.
The well-rounded, talented, and good Matt Damon.
Aaron...
I'm surprised he didn't come up in the DiCaprio talks. This could have easily ruined Rounders for everyone.
Yeah.
Could have created a wormhole.
Yeah. Butterfly effect.
So deep. But he was Worm in Rounders.
Yeah.
Eddie.
I haven't seen it.
You never saw it?
No.
What?
Why do you think I was asking you about it?
I don't know. Opinion?
But my uncle, Rick, who actually watched Knock at the Cabin episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, God. The shit he must have to say about us.
I was talking to him about Primal Fear, and he said, as a film guy, you must watch Rounders. He insisted.
Oh, that's where you got it off of.
Yeah.
Right. I'm surprised you haven't seen it. It's the sequel
that's what he said.
To Good Will Hunting.
That's what she said.
It's part of the trilogy.
Talk about the twirl.
This guy lets it slip.
Yeah, because when he loses time, he's not supposed to remember anything.
What is it that he remembers? Is it choking the fuck out of that bitch you hate?
Goes, I hope her neck's okay. Tell her I said sorry about the neck.
Yeah, tell that pretty miss there that choked her chicken pretty good. and I do apologize. Richard Gere walking away. The fuck?
Did he just say?
You know, they were probably going to end it there at one point.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Doo-doo.
Yeah. No explanation.
Yeah.
But this guy turns the fuck around on his heel.
Yeah. And this is
$800 shoes just lost a little bit of tread when he skidded around there.
And this is a beautiful scene too. The reveal of like hybrid, like because this guy had to play 3 characters because this version of Roy
Hope his paycheck showed that.
is like kind of somewhere in the middle. You know, the Roy that was supposed to be the second personality was on 11. This guy's a little calmer. He's laughing. He's having a good time with it. Like, oh, you caught me.
Yeah.
He's like, nothing you can do about it now. Kind of thing. And, you know, there's no question why they wanted Edward Norton to be in Fight Club. Like, I'm sure that was one of those must-have. This guy play this character.
But then the twist happens. There was never an Aaron.
Yeah, I guess I thought I said that, but I guess I didn't really.
You said, you turned him into 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because this one was a hybrid.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was no Aaron.
Yeah.
It's been Roy the whole time.
Yeah. But his name's still Aaron, isn't it? On paper? Birth certificate?
Well, I think he just showed up at the church saying he was Aaron.
But he's always been Roy? His daddy called him Roy?
I guess I think his daddy called him a lot of things.
Fuck, I didn't think I was going to get confused at the very tip.
I think his real name's Aaron.
But there is no Aaron. Now we got it twisted.
Yeah. Fuck. We got caught in the twist. No, he's been Roy the whole time. And wow. It is late and we just got derailed.
Chandler Bing said that...
Okay. So and then he's kind of like, you know, we're a team, it seems. Like he was kind of like, what? You're offended? Like, you know, we were in on this. You should have figured this out.
Yeah.
Big time defense lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was playing your game.
Yeah.
You showed me how to get through this.
Yeah. But what the fuck was plan B? If Lady Luck didn't drop Gearzo down on his doorstep.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I would have loved to see this movie when it first came out. Like,
that's the best review you can give it, no?
Before it had all this claim, you know, before I saw countless references, you know, when there was a fresh twist, before, you know, there's been almost 30 years of movies with twists since that. Where I bet, like, in 1996, this was like, wow. Where I feel like when I was going into this, like I knew when like the Linda character was missing. Like obviously something happened to her.
How much do you think she got for her role?
I don't know.
Her name mentioned a bunch, but
Yeah.
god damn.
She only got the one scene.
Yeah. It was revealing though.
Yeah. And you don't even see her face for that much.
Couldn't place her.
In the lineup.
No.
It was amazing, the work of Edward Norton. You think the twist is in the middle when you find out about the split personality.
Speaking
like
of
at
which,
first.
did you find that they put Oreo in everything these days? You're getting me thinking about twists in the middle.
Examples.
Ice cream.
Like a McFlurry?
McFlurries.
Yeah.
Cake. Brownies.
Oh, yeah. Cookies and cream's a big thing.
Yeah. They
All
make...
right.
Yeah, the other day I actually saw cookies and cream with Oreo.
Wild stuff. But I don't know, and also there's probably been, I wish I could think of a couple examples, but in the past 30 years there's probably been so many films that have twists that were inspired by this or drawn from this twist that kind of took a little bit of shine off it. But, the best thing about this is the acting. Even Richard Gere just plays an amazing role. I'll give it to Laura Linney. She hung in there.
Did her job being hateable? Unless that wasn't her job, then I also took it the wrong way.
Very Usual Suspects.
Well, don't give away the twist of everything.
Yeah.
Don't be a mimbo.
Yeah. He finds out that, Edward Norton's been Kaiser Soze the whole time.
Hope that was a reference to some sort of bread. Some kind of rye.
I did for a second think that, maybe Richard Gere was in on it the whole time.
Oh, how so?
I don't know. I just had an inkling that maybe Richard Gere was in on it, because once you know that a movie, you're going in thinking that there's a twist.
Yeah, he's looking in the mirror going.
You're thinking of every other option.
You want to spot the twist. You don't want to be the dummy who couldn't see that twist that no one saw coming. Right? Especially with 30 years of experience.
Well, you saw me during Eyes Wide Shut. Everyone was a suspect.
Yeah. Shifty eyes.
I kind of went into it like that. It would have been great to watch it before hearing anything about it.
Yeah.
But this, is probably up there in the list that we have so far on the podcast for me. Yeah.
For long standing.
Yeah.
It is one that I felt the need to revisit after all these years.
Replay value, strong story, strong acting. Mm-hmm. A lot of gasping.
Yeah. I was pretty sure I remembered the twist, though.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever fully forget it.
Yeah.
Just
of
the
course.
circumstances about it.
Yeah, just the little nuances sprinkled in there. I don't know, it was just so well weaved together. There were so many... It would be different if it was just a two-man show or a very small ensemble. But the Frances McDermott character, the Frasier's dad, even the little sidekicks, the guy that was doing all the leg work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He even went on the stand and had to admit that he was the one who dropped the VHS off at the prosecutor's house. Mm-hmm.
That was a funny breakdown when he was on the stand. Actually.
And then he goes,
it was a memorable moment where he's
and he uses allegedly wrong, and They sprinkled a little bit of comedy.
Yeah.
Which, like...
It was really one of the
actually-
funniest parts of it, other than a couple of Richard Gere's little smirky
Yeah.
exchanges.
Yeah. I got a kick out of Roy when he was making fun of Aaron.
Oh, that was super funny, yeah.
But...
imitates his stutter.
It's...
How meta is that?
Yeah, I know. And it's amazing to be able to put just like a dab of comedy in a film like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it not stand out, and not be off-putting,
Yeah.
and not be like, that was strange, because that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's quite a few films that try to put a little bit of comedy in there and it just stands out to like, why did you do that? It was unneeded. But it just works so seamlessly with this.
Yeah. Probably could have been funnier overall. Might have made some of the...
I wouldn't have wanted it to be funnier.
Yeah. It was all right.
But it could have been.
The energy was good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
It had that chase in it. What do you want?
Yeah.
But not too bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then, sucked a hair. Like there's a tiny bit of suck. But it's probably not its fault, so can't hold it against it.
Yeah.
It was a pioneer. And
oh yeah, for sure.
Like, do we know anything else the director did or the writer? Something like, is it like John Grisham down the line with this guy? Just
I did look it up. He did Fracture.
Oh, with Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. And Gosling, isn't it?
Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah. You lawyers.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah.
Also a twist. Did you watch this one?
I'm pretty sure I saw it.
I'm not going to ruin the twist because it's unwarranted. But Ryan Gosling is like this young, up-and-coming, never-lose, sharpshooter-ass, wicked-ass lawyer, whatever you want to do, right? He's like the Ryan Reynolds of lawyers. And he gets to this case with this old dude, Hopkins, and almost in a Hannibal level sort of engagement between the two, like chess game type scenario.
Yeah.
Beating around the bush a little bit, so it's taking me a little longer to think of what I want to say about it. But yeah, Anthony Hopkins is accused of killing his wife, and this sharpshooter lawyer comes in. And I remember it being good, but I can't even remember if he's prosecuting or defending him.
I didn't mean to rush here or anything.
But I think it's a defense one.
I got excited because this is what I wanted to bring up. He directed Fallen.
Now that's one.
Bastard.
How about this? This is one where time is on people's side.
Mm. Yes, it is.
They only play that song 10, 15, maybe 25 times in that movie. I got a rough recollection. John Goodman.
Yeah. Denzel.
Did he really make that?
This. Yeah.
Same dude involved? I fucking love that.
I remember watching that film so young. And, like, it blew me away. I, can remember exactly where I was.
Yeah.
Watched that film for the first time.
Man, that movie is about as close to Twin Peaks
Yeah.
as you can kind of get.
Well, I don't know. I didn't watch 12.
Where, like, the murder's jumping from body to body.
Mm.
That's kind of like how you feel like death goes through Twin Peaks. Because it's always like this Bob guy springing up like a Freddy Krueger in the scenario.
I know what he looks like from that thing you got me to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch Fallen. Watch Primal Fear in another 30 years.
Yeah. Fracture. I'll probably have to check out Fracture because this, does Fracture hold up with Primal Fear and Fallen? Because I would have to say that I like Fallen more than Primal Fear. Fallen is an amazing movie.
Yeah,
when I saw that, I couldn't wait to bring it up.
Yeah. Well, for instance, when you asked me about The Invisible Man, I couldn't remember diddly squat. I had to go back and look at it again. But Fracture, just headed into my recollection. Like, I can almost start that thing at minute 1 in the brain and kind of watch it unfurl a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably won't come up on the cast anytime soon. But you should check it out for, personal growth.
Yeah.
And other great affirmations.
This guy likes alliteration. Fallen, Fracture, Primal Fear. Full circle, baby.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hold that breath in. We'll see you next week.
Like,
we got 7
comment,
minutes, so.
Subscribe.
Yeah, throw us a like and
Is there anything that you want to plug on your social medias or anything, Leo?
Phyllis, you got anything going on?
She got nothing. I asked her earlier. I'm not being rude and cutting her off. Speed cheers.
Oh, fuck. I just woke up. Last thing I have to say is, take that, Mark Ruffalo. What do you got? Huh?
I looked up his height and feet online.
You looked up Mark Ruffalo's feet?
Guess how tall that guy is?
4'7".
He's a Hulk.
He's a hobbit.
He's a Hulk. Look him up. He's 6'7".
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
All right. Well, on comment and on subscribe then.
Yeah,
I'm a
put
bullshitter.
Those back on. Yeah.
Trying to do my phone drop.
I think the MCU made a huge mistake. I don't think Mark Ruffalo's got anything on this film. What's he got? Now You See Me?
You know what? He was really great in
Zodiac.
You didn't even catch the guy.
Exactly. Edward Norton would have caught the guy.
Yeah. But David Fincher ain't no snitcher.
So bring back David Norton as a
dyslexia advocate.
It's his brother. He's a good actor too.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, he just sticks to Broadway.
West or east?
32.
That near the zoo?
45th.
I plead the 5th.
Alright, get out.
Plead the 5th was good, though. It's courtroom shit.
True.
Or maybe pre-courtroom. I don't know.
I was watching something about the Wu-Tang. And it's like, oh my fuck. We're starting a whole new episode right now. We'll cut it. But the Wu-Tang the Wu-Tang sold an album for $2 million to the same guy that bought AIDS medication and put it up.
Marty.
Yeah.
to Marty Svenke.
And
I forget his name, but it's something piece of shit.
And he was
might
in
as well
court.
be Hitler.
And he was in court, and he was like, I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I was told that I can't answer that, so I plead the fifth. And it's just like, I plead the fifth. And, you know, Raekwon's there like, I fucking hate this guy. It's the worst.
Yeah, he's out of jail now, actually.
Yeah.
I think
No, it was Ghostface. He was actually starting shit with Ghostface. Like, he put a video on YouTube where he had people with masks in the background. I was like, you want to mess with my goons?
Yeah. Ghostface said, "Don't you know my last name, guy?"
Yeah, and that was a big part of the ultimate downfall of the...
Didn't know the podcast would have a cliffhanger.